On Saturday, the 15th of August 2026, crypto markets have rebounded to a $2 trillion valuation for the first time in 3 months, but one of Ethereum's most vocal institutional advocates warns that Wall Street could still waste this moment. Etherealize CEO Vivek Raman told CoinDesk that the traditional finance, or TradFi, obsession with permissioned blockchains, private ledgers controlled by a handful of banks, is a race to the bottom. His argument is blunt: when every bank builds its own private chain, assets cannot move freely, networks become isolated, and the core promise of blockchain is lost. It is a direct clash between finance's need for control and the open architecture that made crypto valuable. The warning lands during an acceleration in institutional blockchain adoption. Bank of America has been leading the informal blockchain patent race, reportedly sidestepping IBM and Alibaba, and it has entered a definitive agreement that signals deeper expansion. ICICI Bank is now seeking a $1.45 billion loan from a BofA-led consortium, a sign that more global lenders are linking treasury work to private networks. Industry coverage confirms the wider shift. Tokenized funds, Bitcoin governance, and Ethereum staking are all moving into mainstream finance. The cause is simple. Banks want the speed of blockchain without giving up control over who can use the rails, and regulators reward that approach. The consequence, Raman warns, is that each private chain recreates the very silos that already slow global settlement. That tension has real financial consequences right now. If capital is fragmented across dozens of private blockchains, liquidity gets thinner, fees stay higher, and developers must build for many incompatible standards rather than one shared network. Raman says permission chains reduce innovation because they remove the open competition that public Ethereum provides. This matters even if you never touch a token. Faster bank asset movement means cheaper cross-border payments, mortgages, and fund subscriptions. A race to the bottom in private chain design would delay those benefits. Ethereum's public network is available as a neutral settlement layer, but only if institutions choose to use it. Looking ahead, the next few months will reveal whether banks heed this warning or double down on the private path. Numerous tokenized fund pilots are already live, and the choices made in 2026 will determine whether these products can talk to each other across institutions. A middle ground exists. Banks could use private networks for confidential data while anchoring final settlement on Ethereum's public mainnet. That hybrid would preserve privacy but retain shared liquidity. The risk is that regulatory pressure still favors full control, pushing banks toward closed systems. Watch Bank of America and other major lenders, because their integration choices will signal which way the industry is truly moving. The real message is not that blockchain is failing. It is that Wall Street may be choosing a version of blockchain that recreates today's problems in digital form. Raman is asking a simple question: if every bank runs a private chain, what has actually improved? If institutions ignore that question, the race to the bottom becomes self-fulfilling and the promised revolution in financial plumbing gets postponed. Watch what banks build, not just what they say, because today's infrastructure choices will decide whether crypto's $2 trillion comeback turns into real efficiency or another costly silo.